Okay, well, this is going to be a quick little Fleabay edition today. I have more important things to do on this nice sunny Saturday morning that's a little bit cool out. Anyway, we're going to go to the shop and see if we can't get something done. But as I was checking stuff this morning, I wasn't even going to do one of these. And as soon as I opened it up and started looking, why, when I looked under listings for Atlas Mill, the very first 3 listings are just crap. So I'm going to concentrate on them. This amounts to 2 sellers, and I'm going to give you my opinion about it and tell you what I think. And you know how I feel about most of this stuff, so I don't have to rant and rave about it, although I'm sure I'll get worked up. But this is going to be quick and easy. I'm going to go through these 3 listings, and you know, a couple of them, they're not giving you all the information. They're not telling you everything you need to know. And the seller is flat out lying to you. Now, both of these sellers have been around for a while. They're known for parting out machines. And, you know, they're getting down. One of them's getting down to the nitty gritty. They're trying to part out all this crap they can and get every little penny they can, which I do understand when they're doing this. But they're selling junk here. So anyway, first one, Atlas 10 12-inch lathe milling machine feed nut 10F-19. Pre-owned, $22.99 and $4.85 shipping. Now these are, you know, we've covered these feed nuts before, but they've been trying to sell these pre-owned or these used feed nuts. They're pre-owned, but they're junk. They're used crap. They've been trying to sell them quite a bit higher than what we're seeing here at $22.99. So when we click on it, the description says some thread wear, but fits pretty snugly with only minimal play. And that's the only thing that's at the top. But yeah, that's the same as what's in the description. Now, times past, they would have told you these were in excellent condition. So let's go ahead and look at this feed nut. Now this has been cleaned up, and that's something else I noticed. They're cleaning these parts up quite a bit more to give you the illusion that they're in better condition than they were before. You know, times past, why they'll throw this stuff out, it'll still be a little bit greasy. They may have taken a few minutes to wipe it down and stuff, but it still shows the kind of crappiness. So now I think we're raising enough of a stink that they're deciding they need to clean them up a little bit and still try and make you believe that they're selling you good stuff. Now this is just shit. So when you look at the pictures of it, it doesn't look bad. It's cleaned up fairly well down in the board and everything, and you can't really tell what the condition is. They're giving you the screw with it, which is the pan head screw that the slot's been whacked out of shape a little bit. But you know, all in all, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. But there again, they're telling you, you know, pretty good condition, minimal wear. Well, if it's got wear in it on the lead screw they took it off of, it's probably going to have wear on whatever you're trying to put it on, because they're going to be basically the same vintage. It's a piece of crap. Don't buy this used shit to put on your machine. So, and there's a picture of it from the top, which just shows the ogled out screw a little bit. Like I say, they're cleaning them up so it looks like they're in better shape than what they are. Don't put this used shit on your machine. Okay. So there's the first one. And there again, this is a seller that's been around. I believe the second listing is also one of his. Atlas milling machine spacer set, 7/8" bore. Pre-owned, $14.99, $7.85 shipping. Used, summer in rough condition on exterior. See pics. So let me look at the description very quickly. All are shown some galling wear to exterior. All are 7/8" bore and measure from about 1/2 to 2 inches in length. So that's the description. Now we're not saying, you know, we're not really, most of these people have gotten away from in excellent condition, because I think I've ragged on excellent condition enough. There's only one picture here. When we look at these arbor spacers, these are shit. These are shop-built spacers. For the most part, if you're buying spacers that are a factory spacer, they've got a keyway cut in them, and not a one of these has a keyway cut in them. When you look down here on these 2 on the right on top, why, they both had pliers or channel locks locked on them to you know, hold on to them for whatever reason. These, I believe, are all shop-made spacers, and there's not a thing wrong. I recommend you build your own spacers if you're not going to want to buy new ones or good used ones, and these are not good used ones. The center top picture, this one's been turned down on one end. I would suspect that that's to accept a 1-inch cutter. I think that's probably their solution to give it a little support so they can use a 1-inch cutter on it instead of a 7/8 cutter. So these are all 5 shop made, I believe. Now you're given $15 for probably, 2, 4, 6, 8 inches of cold roll steel. Now granted, these take a while to turn them out if you're building your own, but you can very easily turn your own, bore them, and have a better spacer than what you're buying here for $15 and then shipping. Now the other alternative is if you would go to, and I just picked them because they're one of them that popped up, Travers Tool has imported ground spacers, arbor spacers, 7/8 inch. Where are we here? If we look at a 1/2 inch spacer, if I get the right column to look at, they're getting $6.75 for a 1/2 inch spacer. So they're hardened, they're ground, they've got a keyway cut in them. You've got by far a better piece of tooling than you have if you're buying this other shit off of this. And this is just the junk that's left over after they parted out the rest of the machine. That's all this is. I see this one seller's doing a whole bunch of crap that he's got listed out there where he's parted out 1 or 2 other machines. Okay, 7/8 spacer. If you go to a 2-inch spacer, now they want $15.09 for it. But if you go to a 3-inch spacer, they only want $10 a piece for them. So to have the same set, we'll call them, that this seller's selling, you're going to have probably twice that much money, but you've got a product that's going to last you. It's not going to get all chewed up by vice grips or pliers, although I don't know why you really feel a need to put them on there. Plus they've got the keyway, so they're going to line up. They're going to be a better part. Don't waste your money on this garbage that they're selling here. This is one seller, he's been doing this. Now these guys end up with really good feedback. They've got 100% feedback, 99% feedback, something like that when they get these thousands and thousands of sales. A good portion of the time they sold you shit like this, and you don't want to fess up that you got screwed and bought this junk. And that's all this is junk. This goes in the scrap pile. This is worth nothing. So those are the first 2. That's one seller. Now this third seller, or this second seller, this third listing, is for an Atlas Craftsman lathe 10-12-inch milling attachment, part number 10-501, excellent condition, and then it says appears unused, but it shows refurbished. He's wanting $500 for this and $25 shipping. This is a screw you very much here on this item. Condition, seller refurbished. And this is a seller that's been around parting out machines, doing a lot of this stuff. Description reads, Atlas Craftsman 10-12-inch milling attachment, part number 10-501, excellent condition, appears unused. This is a flat out lie. This guy is lying to you. If you go back and look at the pictures, we can look at the first picture right here, and let's see, let's put these full size so we can just look at them. Now there's no handle on the hand wheel. There's no little extension handle on there to start with. And I guess it is kind of hard. I may not be able to, we may have to go back and zoom in on these pictures. Let's do that. We'll just pick and choose what we show here. Okay. And his little tag that he puts on all of them, Atlas Craftsman lathe, 10-12-inch milling attachment, part number 10-501. His number's 3989. Excellent condition, appears unused. Now, when you look at the portion that has the locking screws on it, the swivel portion of this, it looks pretty darn good in the jaw area and everything. It looks, there's no markings there or anything. It's been repainted. It's either been repainted or changed. This is flat out a lie. You look at the rest of this milling attachment, it looks little weathered. It sat on a shelf in a cabinet for a long time, which they're going to no matter what. But that's the first thing I look at. When we go to the second picture, there again in that jaw area, that looks really, really good. There's no markings there at all. The screws are nice and clean. and it looks really good. You see a little bit of markings on down on the swivel portion and on the back, on the edges and stuff. Now, what I'm going to say is those are probably the original screws. They've been cleaned up. This portion has been painted, because you look at the rest of this, and let's go to the third picture from the back end. You look, and there's definitely some wear there. There's some markings going parallel with the movement of that slide. The bottom shows quite a bit of wear, and a little bit of the paint looks kind of wonky there. The paint looks pretty much original there, and it may very well be. There's some wear on the edges and things where you'd expect to see it, but you've also got just a little bit of overspray up on the edge of the dovetail there. When you look at the scale, the engravings on the scale, it's pitted. There's been some corrosion there where it sat around and done. There's a little bit of corrosion on the top of the dovetail ways. If you look at that first adjustment screw, why the lock is backed off from it. So it's been, I'm going to say, apart. So there's the second picture. Gives you, and you look at the top of the jaws, and it's got a few little markings on it like you would normally see. I believe that's been, I'm 99.99% certain that at least portions of this have been repainted. When you look underneath the jaws itself, right above what would normally be the unpainted scale area on the left-hand side of that picture, you see quite a bit of difference in the color underneath. Now, that could be a shadow from the lighting, but from looking at that, I would speculate that you're looking at a little bit of original paint there. And especially when you look right above the scales and the darker gray that's on there, why there's a little bit of lighter gray. So that's been tried to be blended, tried to be hidden underneath there is what they've done. That's been repainted. Now, this seller's been around long enough. He knows what he's selling. This is an equipment dealer or an equipment scrap guy where he's parting out good machines. He's lying to you on this listing. So, third picture, the chrome Zamac handle, there's quite a bit of chrome missing there. It's a little bit dark underneath. You look at the nuts and the attachment points, the scale up on right below the hand wheel. It's been cleaned up a little bit. The adjustment screws for the Gibbs have got that top one's got a little bit of chewed up markings on it. It's not chewed up bad, but it's not in original condition. You're not going to see lock screws that are that shiny and polished from this age, especially when you compare it to the rest of the machine. You look at those bottom swivel screws that attach it to the compound of the lathe itself, and they've got a little more patina to them. A little bit of chipping on the top of the main casting there, not bad, but a little bit. So look at the back side, same thing. You can see it's been cleaned up a little bit where the extension mounts into the top of that casting. You look at the nut on down in there, and there's grease packed in there. That's grungy. This is a little more patina. Let's see, go on down the casting. You can't tell a whole lot, a little bit of chipping on the corners, but there again, you look at those two screws down there, and there's quite a bit of patina on there compared to what's on the jaws up above. Next picture, you look and you can see quite a difference in the paint thickness and the texture, and even a little bit of the color, the way it is compared to the jaw section. You can see where it looks like on up above, where it mounts into where the bare steel mounts into the top of that original casting. There's a little bit of paint there that's gotten up on there. This is not even a lack of knowledge by the seller or anything. He's lying to you about the condition. This is $500. He's trying to screw you bad. $200 for that milling attachment. So, pays your money, takes your chances. This is a screw you very much. So, those are the only three that I'm going to look at. There's several other things that I've already looked at that are the normal crap that these guys are trying to pass off, but I thought we would showcase a couple of products here. So I've got more important things to do today than screw around with this, and I'm going to go. I'll throw this out there for you real quick, and hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Comments, suggestions, leave them in the comment section for me below. And as always, thanks for taking the time to watch.